And in local news, the Terror on the Air killer, otherwise known as Deathman, has taken once popular radio host Jimmy Fright's hostage on air in the WQRT studio. For reasons I cannot understand, we now take you live to the program currently in progress.
Tonight's program is brought to you once again by Lou's Mud Pit. We know there's a whole thing going on with Jimmy right now, but we are still very much stuck in the mud. We are quite literally drowning in it. So whenever you all wrap this thing up, could someone please come over here because it's somehow getting stickier? Lou's Mud Pit. The worms are eating our toes.
Everyone, and welcome to the program. I'm your new host, Deathman, and my guest tonight is your former host, Jimmy Frights. Anything you'd like to say to the fine folks at home, Jimmy?
Yeah, I don't like being referred to as a guest. I think we're at least co-hosts.
Excuse me?
Yeah, or maybe it's like a Johnny and Ed kind of thing, you know? Like I'm Carson, obviously, but I think with a little work you
Shut up. What the hell is the matter with you? I'm holding a knife at your throat.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. I was thinking that maybe instead of the whole I'm here to murder you thing, we just do anything else.
Oh, I'm not here to murder you. At least not yet. There's something I need you to do for me first, Jimmy.
Okay, what's that?
Tell me a scary story.
What?
You heard me. You're on with Deathman. Give me the chills.
All right. The year was 1967. The place? Payless Footwear in San Antonio, Texas. I was 21 years old.
Stop.
What?
You think I'm just gonna let you tell me one of your tired pocket stories? We all know you have a couple on hand. I want something new.
Okay, I hadn't worked at the Orange Julius long, but I could tell from
No. You want to prove that you can walk the walk and talk the talk. You're gonna tell a story of my choosing.
All right, I mean, that's not really the format of the show, but I mean, I guess we could go...
Just do it.
Okay, fine. What do you want?
I'll tell you what I want to hear. I want to hear about your first school dance.
Okay. Sure. Well, it was at St. Valentine's Parish. If you're familiar with the Saints Catholic school upbringing. And
what was their mascot?
It was the Vultures. It's the St. Valentine Vultures, the turkey buzzards, if we want to be very specific. They're predators, they're raptors, if you will, but they're scavengers, which is actually, that's important to the story at hand, because believe it or not, things did get a little spooky that night. So I was on one side of the dance floor.
What dance was it? Homecoming? Prom?
Well, it was middle school. Traditionally, their homecoming and prom, those are more high school age dances. This was middle school, as you said. So I'm 13 years old. It probably a theme. We did a lot of Under the Sea back then. I remember one or two winter formals. But you know what? Actually, now that I'm the first, it was in the fall. It was autumn. It was a crisp leaves festival.
What were you wearing?
Oh, that's so good. Okay, this is important. This gets down to it. I was wearing, it was blue velour.
Did it itch?
Well, I mean, yeah. Okay, I mean, yeah. But as you know, velour. And at the time, I was a little overweight at the time, and I remember.
How overweight?
That's not an appropriate question. You can't ask anyone that. That's not an appropriate question to ask, and I'm not.
Let me rephrase the question.
Okay, great.
What size belt did you use?
I don't. Do belts come in sizes?
Did you have to poke extra holes in it?
No, I did not have to do that. I'm just saying that as I hadn't had my growth spurt yet, okay? I grew 9 inches between my sophomore and junior year of high school.
How tall were you?
When? In high school or then?
Right before the dance.
Okay, great. I'm so glad you asked. I was 4'1".
Wow.
Picture that. But anyway, so I was wearing blue.
Why velour?
Well, at the time, it was a popular fabric at the time. Most everybody was doing it, and honestly, I have sort of a sensory thing. I like the way that my hands, because like with velour, you can go down one way and up the other way. And there was something about that, and I was nervous at the time because I really wanted to dance with. I had a crush on a girl. Her name was Brittany Delestine, and oh boy,
How tall was she?
well, this is crazy. She was 6'2". She had her growth spurt in 3rd grade. She sprouted right up like a sunflower. She shot up.
6'2", 13-year-old?
Yeah, she was tall. Everybody thought she'd play pro. And we're talking men's basketball because she was that good. I don't know, you know what I mean? She was good. Oh boy, she could dunk.
What was she wearing?
Well, okay, but I honestly do remember. It was sort of like a paisley print. I want to call it a romper. And she was on the other side, so she's in her romper, and I'm in my blue velour. Mine was also a one-piece. I hadn't mentioned that earlier, but it was a one-piece. But it had a zipper, and the zipper went all the way down to the toes. So it was almost like footy pajamas. You know what I'm talking about? And it zipped all the way up the leg, and then all the way up to the neck, and it had gloves. So it was almost like I was.
Why were you wearing this?
Well, as I'm describing it, I thought at the time.
Who hurt you?
Well, that's important to the story, and I'd love to get to you. You want spooky? I'll tell you. My mother had hurt me earlier that day. Not physically. My mother was a wonderful woman, and she never laid a hand on me. But she did say.
How tall was she?
Okay, you really focused on everybody's height. My mother was 5'4", which I believe is the average height for an American woman. So she's real middle of the road. Not in her parenting. Again, she was a lovely parent, but she had hurt me earlier that day because she said, Jimmy, you're not wearing a suit. You're wearing a mascot costume is what you're wearing. That you have just removed that. So my sister went to a different. So this was an all boys Catholic school, but the girls from St. Germain's were invited to the dance, and that's where my sister happened to go. And they were the St. Germain Bluebirds. And she said, "What you're wearing is the Bluebird costume that my sister, because my sister was the Bluebird."
To dance with you?
My sister?
No, the very tall 13-year-old.
Yes, Brittany Delestine. And I did ask her to dance, and she said, no, you little blueberry, freak.
And did that make your velour go up or down?
Well, I don't like what you're implying. I'm 13 in this story, okay?
Oh, I remember.
Okay, you've done a lot of vile and disgusting things, but you haven't been a pervert yet, so watch what you're doing, okay? I don't like it, all right? I've obliged these height requirements, but I don't want to hear any talk about 13. Keep it in mind.
I can keep myself in
okay,
check.
Great. Lock it down. Okay, so she said, you blue freak, and that hurt, okay? So I
Where did it hurt?
Well, emotionally, right in my heart, okay? So I run.
Did you feel it pinch your arteries?
I don't know if it's quite so specific.
Describe in the heart where it hurt the most.
I don't know, right? Well, when people say they hurt in the heart, I don't know if they physically mean within the heart, within the body, as much as they're like, it was almost like in the soul. It's just like, it was like, oh man, because I had the hugest crush on her. I had a crush on her since 1st grade.
Did you cry?
Yes, I did. At the time, I did cry, okay? So I run away. We had a deep freezer.
How did you run with zippers over your feet?
The zippers weren't on my feet. They zipped up from the foot. And when I'm describing what did you imagine I was wearing?
All zippers.
No, there's one zipper, and it goes from the foot all the way up. I'm telling you, it's a mascot costume. At the age of 13, I thought it was a cool blue suit. I thought I kind of looked like a superhero, you know what I mean? I was Buck Rogers.
Where did you run to, Jimmy?
That's where I'm getting to. I ran into the deep freeze. You wanted a scary story, and I am getting there, okay? And I run into the deep freezer, okay? So for school lunches, there was a deep freezer, okay? And the door slammed shut behind me, okay?
How tall was the door?
You know, average height for a door. I think a common entryway is like probably the clearance is 8 feet. So it's an 8-foot tall door, and this thing slams shut. And I am stuck in the deep freeze, and it is cold. We're talking, this thing is like, I don't know, 12 degrees. I'm going to freeze my little butt off in there, okay? But then the walls start shaking. Okay, and at first I thought it was me because I was pounding on the door, and it was like, wow, what do you mean? They rattled.
Oh, okay.
That was enough clarification.
But now I'm in it again.
Okay, great. So I'm pounding on the door, and I think, but then I stop pounding on the door. They're still shaking. And I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I swear to God, this is I think this is honestly, as we're evaluating, and I'm telling you this story, I think this is what set it all off for me. I think this is what got me interested in the occult. Because
an origin story.
Yeah, okay, sure, I guess so. So the meat that is in the room.
What kind of meat?
I'm so glad you asked. Honestly, that's a good question. You've had a lot of bad ones, but that was a good one. Okay, they're like whole, and I don't know. I think it's because we were going to do an annual, so they did like a pig roast? That's what it's called.
Sure.
Okay, so they do sort of like an annual pig roast, and there's a whole pig hide.
Your school does an annual pig roast.
Yeah, it was like a fundraiser for the community. Everybody, all the Catholic schools in the areas got together.
Did the piggies have little apples in their mouths?
At the pig roast, they did, but this pig did not yet have an apple in its mouth. But yes, traditionally, I think a pig roast does have an apple in the mouth. So, anyways, I'm in the thing, and the pig, okay, I swear it starts moving, and I'm like, oh my God. Holy shit, what's going on? I'm like, let me out of here, okay? I don't know what to do, okay? And the pig, he lifts his head, and he turns at me, and he goes, oink, oink, little piggy. And I freak out. And I'm like, I'm trying everything I can to get out of this room, okay? And every time I turn around, it's just oink, 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 oink. And I swear the thing starts moving, because it was just, remember, like, this thing doesn't have bones anymore, but somehow it's like, able to like claw its way up off the table, okay? And I'm freaking out, and the thing's getting closer and closer and closer and closer to me, and then I pass out. And then like 25 minutes later is when I'm told, okay, Mr. Perrick, okay, the vice principal, he opens up the door, and he's like, oh, Jimmy, where you been? Everybody's looking all over for you. And I was like, oh my God, the pig is after me. No pig to be found in the room. And they were like, no, Jimmy, we haven't bought the pig yet. That happens next week. Where'd the pig go? Pretty spooky, huh? I tell a good story, don't I? That was good. Wasn't that good, Deathman? And that, I swear to God, that happened. And I think that set everything off the right way, didn't it? It was pretty good. Pretty spooky. Admit it.
It's pretty hard to be spooky, though, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I get it was kind of hard to be spooky because you interrupted quite a bit, okay? Honestly, when my program, I ask helpful questions, okay? I don't get so concerned I don't get bogged down with
you weren't doing it right.
No, I was doing it right, okay? I kept doing I was building up suspense. I was getting to everything that it needed to be. The reason I wasn't doing it right is because you kept interrupting.
No. I interrupted because you were wrong.
No, I wasn't wrong. Everything I was doing was right, okay? I do it right and you do it wrong.
Wrong. I do it right. I've always done it right, okay? Missing cat food is scary, okay?
Missing cat... Oh my God, Terry?
Yeah, that's right. Now look who's scary now.
Jimmy.
Wait. All of this was to prove that you can be scary?
No. All of this was so that you would let me be on your show again. I loved your show. Calling was my favorite thing in the world, but you wouldn't let me do it anymore, so I knew if I wanted to get back on, I'd have to be clever. I needed to make it so no one else would want to call in, and then you'd have to take my call.
So you killed 5 people just to be on a radio show?
No. I killed 3 people to be on a radio show. The first 2 were practice. I didn't want to mess it up live on the air.
Terry, that is insane.
No. What's insane is that after all of my hard work, you still didn't think I was good enough.
Because you talked about missing cat food, okay? That was insane. I mean, how do you not get what a bad choice that is, okay? You are capable of terrifying violence, and the spooky thing you wanted to discuss is something that you misplaced from the grocery store?
It was still in the bag.
Right. That was
How scary is that?
No, that is honestly more infuriating. Never mind the fact that...
It wasn't in the bag, and then it was in the bag.
No, it was in the bag the whole time. 2 pounds of cat food, and you couldn't see it behind a cabbage. Never mind the fact that maybe you saw a werewolf, and maybe, I don't know, you killed your own mother. I don't know what was going on with that. I still haven't solved that mystery. We gotta get back to that.
Did you just call me stupid?
I don't know what other word to use to describe it. I mean, sad, I guess, but that somehow fails to capture the absurdity of it all, okay? I mean, honestly, it just boggles the imagination that someone could be so... Ow! Ow! Oh my... You just stabbed me in the arm!
It's about to be your heart! Because that's where you've been stabbing me over and over again. Be honest. Did you mourn me at all when you thought I was dead?
Well, I mean, look, the thing is, okay, I had a lot of other people a lot of people had died, okay? So there was that, and then I don't even know here's the thing, Terry. What you need to consider more than anything...
Jimmy.
No. Help! Someone help! Ow. No, stop, please!
Jimmy, it's the police. We're coming. Hang on.
In here, he's in here. Knife, he's got a knife. He's down. Check on Jimmy.
Jimmy, are you okay? This is Officer Campbell. Jimmy, I don't know, he's lost a lot of blood. He's not breathing.
Shit, come on, Jimmy. Come on.
Oh, hey guys, you're on with Jimmy Frights. Give me the chills.